Hey guys, Mr. Bruss here. Welcome to your next video. You got a decent amount of stuff to write down here in the beginning, so you may need to go ahead and pause your video to do so. Write the objective and essential question, and then write down this little word problem here. This will be question number 1. We only got 2 questions today, so make sure you write everything down and draw this picture real quick. You don't have to draw it as big as I did, but just draw a real quick sketch of this picture, okay? So pause the video if you need to. I'm going to move on. So Noah just got a new apartment. If you don't know, Noah's my son. He's 2, so he's moving out now, apparently. He's getting a new apartment. He's trying to figure out the size of his new bedroom. So he's looking at the layout. So a layout is exactly what you see here. It's like a little picture, a shrunken down picture of the apartment or of a room or of a house or something. So he's looking at the layout, and if 1 inch is equivalent to 2.5 feet, what is the size of Noah's bedroom? So if we use our cubes, first we're going to circle the important numbers. So 1, although 1 does not say, although it's not the number 1, it is spelled out. So you got to look out for that sometimes, okay? So 1 inch is equivalent to 2.5 feet. So make sure you circle those. And then the U is underline the question. Okay, so underline the question. So the question is asking us, what is the size of his bedroom? So I'm going to flip this up so you can see the cubes poster real quick in case you forgot. So what is the size of his bedroom is going to be our question. So first we went with circle important numbers. Now it's underline the question. Okay, so it's actually cubed, my bad. So it's cubed. So underline the question. So the question is saying, he's trying to figure out the number. So he's trying to figure out the size of his new bedroom. So it's not worded as a question, right? But we know that this is what we're trying to figure out. So underline that. Okay, so box action words. So if 1 inch is equivalent to 2.5 feet, what is the size of Noah's bedroom? And then eliminate unnecessary information, and then we're going to draw a picture. The picture you're drawing is actually going to be this layout, okay? So that's good for the picture. So now we're going to set up a 1 box. A 1 box can also be considered your picture because it is a visual representation. Okay, so I'm actually going to have to do 2 1 boxes because I'm going to have to find the new dimensions for the room. So dimensions are both the width and the length. So I need to find what it is. What's 4 inches converted to the feet? Using this scale. I need to find what 7 inches is converted to the feet using this scale. Okay, so I'm going to circle these both different numbers, and I'll do the 1 box in different numbers too. So the words that we're using are inches and feet. And so when you think of the conversion from inches to feet, you usually would look at the star reference material and say, okay, I know 12 inches is 1 foot. But this is not that case. This gives you the information that 1 inch is 2.5 feet according to this scale, okay? So if 1 inch is 2.5 feet, we need to figure out what is the size of his new bedroom. So if 1 inch is 2.5 feet, we're going to look at the bedroom, and this is in inches, and we're first just going to look at this 4, okay? Because we're going to have to do this twice. Okay, so we're going to cross multiply and divide by 1, in which we divide by 1. That means we don't have to divide because it's going to be the same number, okay? So if I'm going to multiply 2.5 times 4, okay, that's 4 times 5 is 20, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10, and I have 1 decimal place here, so I'm going to move it over 1. So this is now 10 feet. Sorry guys, these pins are giving out on me. So this is 10 feet, okay? So now I'm going to do one for the length here, which is 7. All right, so draw another 1 box. The words are still going to be inches and feet. Okay, the original, or what's given to you, is 1 inch is 2.5 feet. And so what I need to find is how many feet is 7 inches. All right, so again, cross multiply and divide. So I'm going to set it up 2.5 times 7. So 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 2 is 14. Add the 3 to it, and that would be 17. So I have 1 behind the decimal place here. So that means I move it 1 time. So that means this is 17.5. And so a lot of times, like on a question on a STAR test or maybe your teacher's test, it will say, what are the dimensions of the room? So the dimensions of this room would be the width and the length. So it would be, the new dimensions of this room are 10.5, or 10 rather, 10 by 17.5. Okay? So your challenge question, which I'll give you a little insight on what you're supposed to do, is what is the actual area of the entire apartment? Okay, so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out the width of the entire apartment and the length of the entire apartment, okay, and then convert it. So again, I would need it to be 2 numbers. It'll be whatever by whatever. Now, this is not meaning multiply. This means width times length, or width and the length, okay? So find the new dimensions of the entire apartment. Bring that to class in your notes, and we'll check it as your teacher. Thanks, guys, for watching this video, and we'll see you in class.